Afternoon, all. Early stream today. I see I just missed Maddie's stream by a few minutes. I just got home. I was cutting my mom's lawn. Guy who cuts it was sick. Hasn't been cut in a few weeks. They fertilized. It rained. You know the story. Foot-long grass. So that was fun. But time to take a break. A little bit of water. I figured I'd come on and talk about what's working today. Hi, James. Did Maddie's stream just end? Hey, Jess, because I clicked it on. It said he's live. So I click on it, and it was over. So he must have had an early day. So, yeah, I tell you, it's 80 degrees out, and I love cutting foot-long grass at 80 degrees, especially after torrential rain. That was fun. Jesse, how's it going, brother? A lot of work going on. Finished that blower this morning. Those that saw that video, that thing, man, it was full of like molasses. The guy, he got a couple of bark chips from his mulch caught in the macerator blade. So he just left it there for about 4 years and never drained the gas out. So the gas turned to like molasses. It was actually like thick molasses. Disgusting. Anyway, horses, good evening, good afternoon. But I got that blower done. I've got a 5 horsepower, just like go-karts and Gone Fishing have, but this one's in a tiller. And it's still popping a little bit, so I think the exhaust valve may need some attention. So I picked up a head gasket this morning, and we're going to take that engine apart tomorrow. Today, I'm beat. I've been at it since 7 o'clock this morning, so that's it for me today. I got a governor for Tecumseh I got to put in for one of those big DR-type trimmers. I got to do that in the morning. It was over-revving. It screwed up the governor. I've got a mulch kit for a big John Deere mower he wants to put on his deck tomorrow. Just delivered a John Deere, another John Deere. It's crazy. I see you, James. You're here. Well, you don't see me, or are you buffering? Your messages are coming over loud and clear. Anywho, wife wanted to go to the diner tonight. I said, get Chinese. I'm not going anywhere. I'm sitting right here, just relaxing. Friday's usually the pizza, Chinese, or diner night. So I was outside. Like I said, I just walked in the door. I clicked on because I figured let me do an early live, and it says Matthew is live. I'm like, no kidding. So I click on it, and it must have just ended. So it was about an hour. So I don't know if I think he was beat. I don't know if he had a long day or half day or what it was, but he looked like he was tired. Actually sounded like he was tired. So anyway, busy though, busy. You know, more people wanting me to fix more stuff, which is okay, but my yard and house are going to pot. I did plant some grass and put down the chopped straw, so luckily the rain didn't wash it away. We got a heck of a lot of rain. I wonder, hey, Timmy, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, it must be real hot for you guys. At least we don't have the tornadoes like Craigie had. Oh, man. Craigie said a tornado hit down 5 miles from where he lives. I guess it was centered outside around Dayton, Ohio. 9 tornadoes in Ohio, they said. So it was pretty good past 3-4 days over there. Are your work done before the sun got too hot, Tim? I know it's better doing it in the morning before the sun reaches its peak, because I try and do that too. I stay in the back of my yard because it's shaded in the morning, and then the front of the house is shaded after like 4 o'clock. Yeah, it's about 80 in the shade here. But I'm sure your sun's hotter than mine. Just be nice if we had a little bit of wind, but there's not much wind today. I planted a lot of trees in my area, so this way I get a lot of shade. So at least if you feel kind of hot, you just go under a tree. The only thing is I got to trim them up a little bit because every time you try and go by with the riding mower, you whack your head. So other than that, there's Craigie. Craig, I was listening this morning on NPR. I listen to public radio. I'm one of those public radio nerds. There was a guy, I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Dalton's True Value Hardware in Dayton, Ohio. It was a Ace True Value or a True Value Ace, one of those hardware stores in Dayton, Ohio. And he was saying how he got hit his True Value hardware store, Ace Hardware Store, didn't get hit, but a mile away got wiped out. He said all his employees that were working in his store, none of them got affected, so he was lucky. So they interviewed a bunch of people in Dayton last night. I was listening. So Hope all is good over there, Craigie. Thinking about you today. I don't know if you saw my video, Craig. I was tightening up a screw on a blower, and you could tell when a screw's about to break. It was a screw going into plastic, and I stopped just in time. And then I took a screwdriver and Phillips, and I worked its way out. It was actually twisted, ready to snap. I was thinking about you, brother, because I know it's a pain when that happens. How'd you make out with that, Craig? You get okay with that? That thing come out all right? At least it looked like you were able to get to it because it was a through hole. So that's good. Not rained in days. You could have some of ours. We had so much rain in the past 3 days, 6-8 inches, I think, something like that. But now the grass, everyone who fertilized on the last couple of weeks or so, it's crazy. My mother, she fertilized like crazy. Her guy who cuts her lawn was sick. So for 2 weeks, no cutting. We had 6 inches of rain. It was a 1.5 feet long. Lucky, I love my Snapper rear engine rider. I love that thing. I set it for 6 inches. It's got the single blade on it, 28 inch. I just chopped it up, put it in the bagger, and it only took me about an hour and a half. Wasn't too bad. Was not too bad. But what I like is customers drop off their tractors. I service them, and then I test them out on my lawn and my neighbor's lawn. I got a lady next to me, single mom, and I do her lawn too. So this way, hey, helps me test out the mowers and blades, make sure everything's working good. So I drink a lot of water. I tell you, it is really hot. Oh, about 50 miles. Okay, I've been to Dayton though, Craig. When I was working at Moore Tool, we did work for Kodak up on the hill in Dayton. Big Kodak plant up there. They do commercial inkjet printers that make the Sunday ads for the newspapers. They're very high-speed jet printers, and Kodak, I guess, has a patent on the technology. So we did a lot of work with them out in Dayton there. You know, it's funny, though, you talk about drill bits, Craig. You get what you pay for with drill bits, too. And I'll be honest with you. You know, I work in a place, it's an aerospace company, and, we stock every drill size and, all that stuff. But we buy good, like Greenfield or Union or Butterfield twist drills, high speed. Sometimes you do the Cobalt. You get the carbide if you have to, but they're very expensive. But a good high-speed drill, I bought one of those Chinese kits for $60, the 118 piece or whatever. Garbage. I've broken almost every one. So you know what? If I need a drill, I'll buy a Union or a good high-speed steel bit. Chakothe. Okay. I think I know where that is. I had a friend of mine in, was it Akron? Where the blimps are. And or he was in Akron and Canton, those two towns. And he said he got hit a little bit. So his father was a bench chemist for Goodyear. Actually, not a computer guy, but an actual bench chemist for Goodyear Chemical. Interesting. But yeah, definitely buy good equipment as far as drills go. Drill bits. Next time I'll spend $200 and buy a real high-speed steel 100-piece set because it's worth it. It really is, And knowing how to sharpen them on a wheel, knowing how to get a good sharpen on them, and cutting your reliefs and back cuts and all to get a good sharp point on them. You'd be surprised people that don't know how to sharpen a drill bit. They'll go in there and just go and sharpen it and not put a relief in, and it just burns out because there's no relief, nowhere for the chip to go. So one thing I learned over my years in manufacturing was how to sharpen a drill. So even those drill doctors, those are pretty good too. You can get those fairly cheap. Those are pretty good. But yeah, just like I said, fairly busy. Oh, there's an ant on my wall. Hold on. What's an ant doing in my porch? Yeah, he's gone now. I don't like when there's ants in my house. That's not fun. I got a porch here. I got all tongue and groove boards in here. And sometimes in the spring, like now, when it's real hot, they try and come into the inside. And I freak out when I see them because we had an infestation one year and it drove me nuts. I can't stand having ants in the house. Ugh. Can't stand it. Hate ants in the house. Anyway. That one's a goner, but now I'm going to be looking around to see if I can see any more. Anyway. So, yeah, like I said, buy good tools, all that stuff. Been a good week. Made some decent money on customers. I still got some more to do this weekend. Going to make a few more bucks and going to start hopefully getting my work done, chainsaws and things, and starting to get some of my stuff done. Love helping my customers, love my customers and friends and family and all that. But, when you're a small engine mechanic, even though it's a hobby, your stuff goes to hell. Everybody knows that, Hey, there's Maddie. I thought you were going to bed. I just missed your live stream. I must have just caught the tail end of it. I clicked it on and said you were live, and then I saw you said you were going to hit it. So sounds like you had a long day. Yeah, it's a lot. You should. Was it just a long day, Maddie, or what? I just got done cutting 1.5 foot long grass at my mom's house. That was fun. 8 to 2. That's not bad. Today was my every other Friday off, but you know me, I'm up at 4 a.m. doing something. So I was at the dealer. It was funny. Lucky 7, who's on here sometimes, he was doing a live stream. He works in Mass, lives in Rhode Island at a tire shop. In Mass he works. And I caught his live stream while I was sitting in front of the dealer having my coffee, waiting for the dealer to open up. So a lot of people do. I tell you, live streams getting popular. It really is. But he's like me. I think he's got to use the computer instead of, I don't think he has 1,000 people yet. He's getting close, but he doesn't have it yet. So when are you going to put the final video on, Craigie? I tell you, I'm going to find a shirt for you. You got to give me your address. I got to get you a shirt that says I speak pool on. Because it seems like every time you get caught up with something, boom, doorbell rings and there's a pool on. So we're going to call you Craigie Pool on. So, hey, at least they're made by Husqvarna, right? So, interesting. Skaters and ticks. Yeah, my buddy's being treated now for Lyme. He helped someone out the other day in a field, and he was really sore and tired and itchy. Went to the doctor. He had a spot on the back of his leg or something, and it's ticks. Yeah, so he's getting treated with some kind of, I don't know what, the tetracycline or something, cycline or whatever it was. But, yeah, ticks are terrible around here. My wife's uncle had a big bout with that years ago. Yeah, especially like today when I was cutting into long grass. They get all over you. You don't even realize. Then I'm going in the woods to drop the grass off, and forget it. You walk out and it looks like you're infestated. So, anywho, yeah, it's hot here. It's warm up your way, Matt. It's about 80, 81 here, but no wind. It's just hot. I wish there was some wind. Yeah. What they say about Vegas? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except for the chlamydia. That's an old joke. The old timers will get that one. Anyway. So what else is going on? Oh, the gutters. I didn't realize, in the past couple of weeks, the trees are all dropping their, little helicopters and all their seed pods and all that stuff. My gutters were clogged. The downspout, the opening in the top of the gutter was clogged. I didn't realize it. So we had a massive storm 2 nights ago. And I get home and there's like water going into my garage. I go, what the heck? There's a downspout right there. It's dry. So I go up on the roof real quick. It's pouring rain out. I'm up on my roof. Everyone's like looking at me like you're crazy. The water was right up to the top of the gutter, and it was like cascading over. So I went up there, took my BG 86, blew everything out. Everything was fine, but good thing I went up there. Oh, I love my BG. I'm not a big steel guy, but I like my BG 86. That's a nice little blower. And the Echo today, first pull. I put it all back together, carburetor, everything, put it all back together, literally choked it, hit the purge, boom. First pull. Didn't have to pull it a second time. Don't know why, but Echoes always start on the first pull. I don't know, maybe the geometry, the way their ports are, but first pull on Echoes. I don't know. Even the saws I have, Echoes, first pull. They go, Anyway. I figured, Maddie, I'd make it early and have a nice early stream if you wanted to go on later. Then I come on, I see you're here, and I'm like, holy cow. So did you just bug out, or was it slow today? No dental emergencies, I guess, on a spring Friday? Nah. Oh, yeah, like I said, the company I work for, Lockheed Martin, every other Friday off for salary people. It's really good, so I can't complain. Can't complain. But if they need me at 2 a.m, no matter what day it is, I got to go. So 6 of one, half dozen the other, I guess. There's payback. So anyhow. starting to clean up the shop a little bit, but it's still a mess. I had to clean it up so I could start working on stuff this morning, but it is. I just don't have the room. I looked in my basement today where I have my shop, and it's probably 15 by 25, and every single wall is full. Between toolboxes, shelves, cabinets, everything's full. There's not one open square inch of space. So much stuff. What happened? I heard that from a couple people, Craig. I clicked on it today, and I'm able to watch the whole thing. That's why I'm wondering what happened. Where does it stop? What was it? What was I doing when it stopped? That's weird. That is definitely weird. Because I was working on the tiller the other day. I was trying to upload that, and that was because a battery. The battery went dead or whatever in the phone. So that I could attest to. But as far as the first one, you're not the only. Nikki and a couple other people said that to me too. Said they couldn't see the whole thing at about 25 seconds. Really? Only 25 seconds? I'm able to watch it. I mean, I'll try and upload it again because it's still on my phone, and it seemed like I was able to watch the whole thing, but that's weird. It's weird, though. Sometimes when you're using your phone on YouTube, when you go to upload, it says invalid video. I don't know what the hell it is. You see it on the phone. You can see it. You can watch it, but then YouTube deems it invalid or something. Or it says can't read it. I don't know what that is. So, time to mow. Yeah, better get at it, Maddie. It's warm out there. Should be getting some more run. Take care, Maddie. We'll see you. Yeah, I'll see if I could re-upload that. But it's weird, though, because I remember taking it apart, and it seemed like it shot okay. And like I said, I was able to see it's on my phone, and everything looks good. What I'll probably do, I'm going to see if I can email that video to my other phone, because I have a company phone and my phone. I'll try the other phone and see if I can upload it from that. I don't know if if I could do it from the Chromebook. The Chromebook uses all iCloud storage. I could try uploading it to my Gmail, which is on this Chromebook here. Maybe it'll work better. I'll try it. But I would say, Cree, you're not looking for any pull-on parts, are you? Because I got 3 pull-on saws. One of them needs a piston and cylinder. I'll give it to you. It's a green and what is it? The green. Yeah, the green. What is it? 3416 or something like that. I got 3 of them. I mean, I'm not doing anything with them. If anyone wants a pull on for free, I'll just pay for shipping. I'll ship it to you. You just put a little piston and cylinder in. The guy straight cast it. I don't need it. I've got like 3 of them. 2 of them I started using for like gas caps and other parts. But you lose power a lot, James, out your way? Because you're actually a lot of flat land though. But I guess with the storms, Yeah, that's what sucks, Craig. You're right. You're absolutely right. A lot of people, when I saw a 350 the other day, last week on eBay, free shipping. I'm like, free shipping? Because shipping, usually they charge, I think Maddie's saying about $40, I think, to ship something. I saw maybe $40, $50. He had free shipping on it. So I said, well, crap, if I buy it for $40, $80, it's like buying it for $40. So, okay. So anyway, I did get that another 350. So now I'm going to have the 340, that's straight gas. This 350, he says, got good compression. The 346 XP that I was raced with Maddie, and the 359. So 4 of them from having none of them a couple of months ago. But anyway, like I said, once I met Matt, I don't know, sort of converted me to be a Husky chainsaw guy. I was never really into chainsaws or anything, but, good group of guys, just fun, a lot of fun, But, yeah. What else? I'm trying to think, do I need to put more shelves up, or do I need cabinets, or what? I like having those portable toolboxes on wheels where you can just load them up and wheel them wherever you need them. Not Home Depot. Harbor Freight has those ones with the 5-6 drawers in them where the lid opens up. That's real good. I have one for 4-stroke stuff, one for 2-stroke stuff. And you put, the tools you just need for certain things. I have a travel box I use for 2-stroke. I have a travel box for 4-stroke when I'm working on the road. I've got another box with my 1/2-inch impacts for doing lug nuts and mower blades and stuff like that. So I've got probably 10 or 12 different tool boxes for storing different things. But it's just nice to have a spot for everything. It's just at this point, I've got a lot more stuff for testing now, especially on the 2-strokes. I just don't know where to put everything. 10 hours. Yeah, the most we've ever lost is when we had like 4 feet of snow a couple of years ago. We lost it for about a day and a half. Usually we're pretty good because we're pretty close. We're right next to the city. We're only literally 2 miles from Bridgeport. We're right there. So, and the power station, UI and everything here, they're pretty good with the power. Can't complain. Although I do have a small generator in case I need it. I can keep the heat going to the TV or cable or whatever they want on. So tempting. I've been working on a few of those Honda generators, the smaller ones, the EU 2000i, I think it is. Nice, quiet. Oh my gosh. And they say you could run, what the heck is it? 8 hours on 4 gallons, I think it is. They have that quiet idle kit. And you can actually they sell a thing for the gas cap where you stick a hose. It's a special gas cap with another line into a 5-gallon gas cap. It'll last all night long. So pretty cool. But quiet. You could barely hear it. And the smaller one, it's only, I think, 3,500. Even the smaller one's only like 2,000. But it'll do your furnace. It'll do your fridge. Keep the food cold, keep the fire on. So that's all right. But they're expensive, $1,000 though. I'm tempted to try one of the Harbor Freight ones though. They look the same. They say they're quieter than the Honda, which I can't believe because Honda's so quiet. But they're $400 versus $1,000 because they're inverter. They're not the regular generator magnet ones or the inverter ones. So using all the diodes and everything. So it's supposed to be cleaner signal, cleaner power for like electronics and stuff like that, having the inverter. So anyway, Gentrack, yeah. Another Generac. I've worked on a ton of those in the past month, especially when the big rains and the big storms came. Big ones too, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000. A lot of it was people just never ran them. They let the carbs get dry. The fuel filters were all dry. Just stuff like that. Stupid stuff, but hey, money. The only thing I don't like about Generacs, the big ones, they put them together, especially the big ones with the V-twin, you can't get to anything. You have to take half the generator apart just to get to anything. It's ridiculous. Yeah, 15,000, that's good for a house, yeah. But, just the way the Generac makes their units, the sheet metal covers, you got to have hands this big, and just, it's crazy. You got to take off 10 covers just to get to where the carburetor is. Then you got to take 3 covers off of the carburetor. It's ridiculous. It really is. Oh, man. What else, guys? It's funny. The sprocket, or not sprocket, the drum that I got from Oregon. Yeah, a lot of them are dual fuel now. Even the ones you see at Home Depot, a lot of them are dual fuel because people want to use their, they want to use their gas grill gas, which is different than LP. People think it's the same. It's not. But the drum that I got, the one that was out of round, it's been sitting in my basement, and my basement's fairly dry. I don't think it's all rusty. I went there this morning. I opened up the box. The inside the drum's all rusty. I don't know why. Weird. Unless they didn't have anything on it when, I know I cleaned it with acetone, before I tried it. So maybe it was too clean. And whatever moisture was in the air got to it. But man, there was all kinds of surface rust on it. I've never seen that happen just from sitting in my basement because I have a fairly dry basement. I got dehumidifier, all that stuff. So I don't know, strange. But let's see what else. Hey, any of you guys take old bars and like sand them down and paint them? I'm just wondering what kind of paint you guys use because I've got a bunch of bars that aren't bad. They're not bent or anything, and the gap's pretty good. And the noses are good. I was just going to like blast them and paint them with something, but I didn't know. Someone was telling me there's like a special epoxy primer you got to use to make sure the paint sticks good. And I know we used to use, what was that acid? There was an acid that you put on raw metal to treat it before you paint it. And if you don't do it, it won't stick. The paint won't stick. I'm trying to think. There's a certain kind of acid. Anyway, there's some primer now, like they call it etching primer, but the acid that etches, I forget the name of it, but that acid, phosphoric acid. If you wipe down your metal with phosphoric and then paint, it'll etch it and it'll grip. So but I'd like to be able. I saw someone on YouTube was taking bars, old like Husky bars and steel bars, and you could buy the stencils, I guess, for the logo. And he was actually like silk screening the logo on them and stuff. Really came out nice. But I'm saying because bars are expensive, and if I can, make a couple of nice bars out of the ones I have, because every saw I've bought so far came with decent bars. They're not really that worn. It's just that the paint's all wearing off. It looks like garbage. Just be curious if anyone has a link or knows anyone that has a good method to strip and paint bars. I'd be interested. I see 5 people on here. Anybody have any opinion on spur versus rim sprocket? Because my 262 came with a rim. The 346 came with a rim. The 359 came with a rim. The other 2 I have came with spur. And I was just going to convert everything to rim. It seems like it's a more efficient way to transfer the torque to the chain. Seems a little more expensive, but it seems like it's worth it. It seems like you get more grip. The spur just seems to kind of want to wear faster, especially if you're taking an aggressive cut. Rim all day, yeah. That's what I figured. Everybody I talked to, at the get together, they were saying definitely go with rim. That's good. Oh man. Oh, Craigie, talking about pull-ons. Customer this weekend, I put a video up that one with the torch plug. He his gas cap. I told him, the thing with the pull-on gas caps. If it's hot out, forget it. You'll never get it off, and you'll never get the same one back on. You always tell a guy who owns a pull-on chainsaw to buy 3 gas caps and keep 1 in the saw and 2 on the shelf or 2 in the truck, because once it gets warm out and the plastic swells, you'll just never get them off. So anyway, he said to me, I showed him how to use the scrunch to twist off the gas cap. And I said to him, do yourself a favor. I said, I'll send you the link. Go get a couple of factory, gas caps. And that way, it'd be, and he was, because really, if you didn't have it aligned perfectly, and for some reason on those pull-ons, the gas caps are at a slight angle, so you can't just go like this one. You have to make sure you're on the right angle, and the first groove is hitting. Oh, what a nightmare. I hate pull-on gas caps, Yeah, that's true, too. Yeah, yep. Just change out that rim. I tried an 8-pin, and it cut better, but it bogged the saw down a little bit. So I think I have to do some tuning. And who knows how good the carburetor and what condition. Like I said, it was stock. I didn't touch it. It had scratches in the cylinder. I'm definitely going to, maybe tonight, I'll put that one on my bench. I'll do a compression test. We'll check out what the plug looks like, and maybe I'll take the cylinder off to see where the scoring actually is and maybe determine what caused it. I know, who is it? Nikki wants me to do that, so I could do that for him. I would definitely change the chain, because it will wear a lot differently on a spur sprocket than on a rim. On a rim, it's going inside, and you have that whole surface to kick against. On the spur, it's whacking it with the tip of the spur there, and you're probably going to like spread it out a little bit, get like peens in there on the chain. I wouldn't combine and use a former spur chain on a rim. I wouldn't. I would buy a new rim and new chain and keep them together. I wouldn't swap. I don't think you can. You might be able to. I've never seen anyone do it. What I did for the 346 for the get together is I bought a new chain, and that too. The rim floats. Yep. Yeah, the rim floats. So if you have any kind of going back and forth on the bar, it'll float with it. Yep. Yeah. Once the spurs take a set in there, that's it. They don't go anywhere. So they're not as forgiving as a rim. One thing I was thinking too, guys, on my Huskies, on the 350s, 340s, some guys were talking about some of them have shims on top of the oil drive gear, the plastic drive gear. Some have metal shims, and then you put on your, your spur and your rim and all that stuff. I mean, your rim and your drum and all that. And I was just wondering, do all of these things, are they supposed to have metal, shims in there, like wear shims or something? Because I know some of the ones, I mean, 346 didn't. It had the plastic oil pump, and then the rim, sprocket, and drum just went right over it. There was no metal. And I've seen on some of the steels, they have an actual metal like shim washer in there, like a thrust washer, if you will, maybe to take up some of that, loading back and forth, so it's not steel on plastic. I don't know. Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, you're right, Craig. I know the pin with the 7-pin driver, a 16-inch bar is usually 66 drive links on a rim, 325 pitch. Interesting. Yeah, because the chain could be 1 link shorter using the spur. Never thought of that. Interesting. I was watching a guy the other day, Craig. He had there's 100 cubic inch Poulan that they made, a green one, yellow green one. Is it called a 3100 or something? Or something like that. But it was 100 cubic inch Poulan. The guy was cutting the crap out of it. He had a 40-inch bar, I think, a 42-inch bar. But I'd never seen one before. Poulan 100 cubic inch, and I believe it had reed valves in it, if I'm not mistaken. Almost looked like an old McCulloch or something, but or a Pioneer or something like that. But it was a Poulan 100cc saw. Interesting. Yeah, definitely an older one, heavy one. Yeah, like I said, I love the 3400. The old 3400 saw. That thing was nice. I think it's a 50cc saw. It was a beautiful saw, and it weighs a little bit. It's magnesium, And my buddy had one for years, and I love that thing. And they also made that top handle one that Sears private labeled in gray, red, black. That one with the 2 caps on the very top with a D-handle saw, like a top handle. And that one, very popular. I've seen tons of those. And they scream like the Dickens, But, oh, boy. All right, my phone's beeping over here. I hear all kinds of messages. I'm sure it's customers. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to see if I could reload that first video. I do have it. I'm going to try and upload it through the Chromebook here so you guys can see the rest of it, because there's some interesting stuff in there. You can see all the molasses on the filter and all that stuff. So I'm going to see if I can do that. Hopefully later on, if Nikki's around, I could see if I can get on to look at the 346 and see what went wrong with it. So, all right, guys, take care. All right, we will see you guys later. Let me sign off here. Take care, guys. We'll see you.